Hi everyone, welcome. Just get this at a better angle. Hi everybody, I am Malka Katzenstein. I am a wellness coach, and tonight I will be talking about dating and body image. If you've been following, I have been talking about different topics around dating and self-esteem, dating and self-confidence, anxiety. Those were the ones that I did. You can check back and watch them if that's something that is interesting and helpful to you. And today I want to talk about body image. I think that body image is something that a lot of people struggle with. At least that's what, in my experience, that's what I see. And it's really complicated. Body image, let's, be clear on what body image is. It's not about how you look. It's about how you feel about how you think you look. So it's an internal thing, and it can really, it can be really hard. If you struggle with, negative body image, it can really impact a lot of parts of your life, including dating. And the other part of what I wanted to talk about is that dating, being in that stage of life, being in that, I guess environment is not the right word, but when that's something you're kind of out there, and body image, that can take a toll on your body image, feeling like people are looking at you and judging you, and sometimes even criticizing you, or, giving you advice about your appearance. And, one of the reasons that I wanted to talk about this, because I've seen it. I've seen how it affects people. People have told me, and I can, really empathize with it. And because I think that's an area where we're just vulnerable, many of us, and then add that with, feeling like the judgment. And dating is also another area that is, it's a vulnerable place to be. And so put the two together and it can be really hard. So like I said, I felt like I wanted to talk about it because I've heard from people how I've heard things that, people told me that, that people have expressed how it made them feel bad and how it affects them. And then also just like hearing people talk. I mean, I'm talking about people in real life, people, clients or other people who've shared with me, but then that's how I know about people's personal experiences. But then just the way people speak, when I just hear people speaking casually, I think people don't realize that the way that they speak can really have an effect on other people. And so I wanted to talk about this so that if anybody's struggling with this or thinks that this is a sensitive topic for them, they can, hopefully learn something and feel like that there's support out there, and there are ways to support yourself and get support and get stronger in this area, and sort of like, fortify yourself against the, potential, the vulnerability of it. And I also hope that it's sort of like a public awareness kind of thing where people can learn to recognize that this is a topic that can be really sensitive and that can be, have a negative impact on people. And so we should all try to be careful about how we speak and the things that we say to people about how they look in general. And when we're talking about dating also, I don't want this to be like a thing where, I don't want this to be a negative talk, but I feel like it's important to kind of share this story, because it just illustrates how damaging it can be when we focus on people's appearances, and how, that can become internalized by other people. I was talking to somebody, talking about how her son was, looking to get married. She was looking for, girls to set up her son. And I said, okay, well, what's he looking for? And she said to me, skinny, pretty. And I thought, wow, like that's coming from a mom. And that's, I don't know, that just made an impact on me. That's just one of the things that I've heard. And I just thought that was so, I wanted to, trust me, I can share other stories, but I wanted to share that one because that's like kind of almost like a third hand thing. And if, people feel like they're being judged by everybody, but especially by, the parents of potential partners, that's a really, that can make you really feel insecure. And also, I don't know, it kind of feels like a lose-lose, like a no-win kind of situation. So that's just a story that I was sharing because I just wanted to create some awareness about, like, we talk like this sometimes without even thinking about it. And, I'm pretty sensitive to this. So I heard that and I thought, whoa, okay, that's something. But, other people might not hear it, but still absorb it. So again, let's get back to how this impacts us and what we can do to help ourselves to, be strong against it. So body image, again, to review, body image is not about how we look. Body image is about how we feel about how we look, or about how we feel about how we think we look, because it's not necessarily based on anything, on how you look. I mean, you can find and it affects everybody. You can see people who are, like, I guess you can say objectively beautiful, that most people would agree that this person is very beautiful in many ways, all the conventional ways that people consider people to be attractive, and and not be able to see it and think that they don't look good. And then you can have people who are maybe not conventionally beautiful. And I don't, I hesitate to say that because that sounds like also like, judging and measuring and all of that. But, there are society standards of, what people want, how people want to look and how people wish they looked. And there are some people who may not have that ideal body, may not have those ideal facial features, and they are so confident and they feel so good in themselves. So that just goes to show that it really doesn't have to do with how we look. It has to do with how we feel. So the way we feel about how we look can affect our dating lives, and also dating can affect body image. It can, body image can take a hit from that. Body image can be affected by dating, and dating can affect body image. So, I would like to talk first about the way that dating affects body image. Dating is you start off like presenting yourself, and, the way we look actually is the very first thing that people learn about us. So it makes sense to want to look good, and it makes sense that people will look at somebody and, make a snap judgment, and, whether that's good or bad is a whole other conversation. But just to understand that that's natural and it happens, but just to be, aware of it. So the ways that dating can negatively impact body image is, some of the ways are these. Comparison, people can think that they're not pretty enough, not tall enough, not skinny enough, all of that compared to other people, or compared to like ideals that we see in the media. And it's really easy to get sucked into that and think that we're not good enough, and, think that people are judging us or comparing us to other people. And that's one way that, can affect body image in a negative way. Pressure to conform, there are ideals, there are trends, there are, standards, beauty standards that are created, and it can also, when people say like, okay, I want to date someone attractive, I want to date someone beautiful, I want to date someone skinny, I want to date someone with, I don't know, all of those kind of things. It's natural to want to date somebody that you find attractive, and there's nothing wrong with that. But to create the standards of it, because it's really so true that beauty's in the eye of the beholder. It's personal and it's subjective. So when we say that, this is the standard, that's the standard, and there are so many people who don't fit into those standards, that can be, that can make us feel like we don't measure up, make us feel like we're not good enough, and that can really feel terrible. Body criticism, negative comments from other people. I can't tell you how many people have told me that that I've heard people say, like, if she would only do this, if he would only do that, if somebody so-and-so would only lose 20 pounds. And people I think people really do mean well when they speak like that. I think that they really are trying to be helpful, but it's sort of like one of those, I don't know. It's like it just doesn't feel good to say it. Obviously if somebody really has a problem with, I don't know. You know what? I don't even know. I don't want to give an example because I don't want, like I said, it's all subjective, but I don't know. Let's just say something like somebody has a dirty face, like that's not a body thing. That's just an external thing. You tell somebody like, maybe you should wash your face, when you get out there and, present yourself like that. So, but that's helpful. The other things are, they sound helpful. And when people say them, they probably do mean well, but I think it's not always taken that way. And also it just kind of puts the priority on the wrong thing. I heard somebody somebody told me that she was told, get your hair done, pictures and things to, send out, like get your hair done, get your makeup professionally done. I know that this person was trying to help, but it wasn't taken that way. It's almost giving the message that you're not good enough in, how you are. And I know that people mean well when they try to give helpful suggestions and helpful comments, and sometimes it is helpful. So that comes with a little bit of like, just personal judgment. Like, how do you think something will be received? And are you the right person to say this? And, if it's the right time to say it. So those are all things to take into consideration. And also, it's always helpful when you're giving somebody advice on anything to say, is it okay if I make a suggestion? Is it okay if I, share my opinion? Because that gives the other person the option of saying, no, I'm not interested. So another way that, dating can negatively impact body image is it can cause like insecurities and anxiety. Like I said, dating can cause its own kind of anxiety, feeling judged on your appearance is, I think, especially difficult because there's not, sometimes, yes, we can control the way we dress, we can put on makeup, we can get haircuts and things like that. But like basically who we are is who we are. And, it's hard to feel judged like that. And feeling judged anyway, being vulnerable, dating, meeting people, getting out there, having people set you up, all of that is, it's vulnerable and makes you feel vulnerable, and thinking that they're judging you and passing judgment on your appearance can also make you extra, insecure about it and self-conscious about it. And that doesn't feel good. Feeling rejection, thinking that, rejection happens sometimes in dating. And if you have, like a negative body image, it can add to that, feeling like, oh, wait, that happened because I'm not beautiful enough. It happened because I'm not thin enough, or any of those kind of things. It can feed into insecurities. So those are just some of the ways that dating can impact body image in a negative way. And then for people who are struggling with body image, like I think everybody struggles with it a little bit. And I think that, if, people are overall okay and have healthy self-esteem and self-confidence, they can say, okay, this is what it is. But for some people, it actually is pretty severe, and that could hold you back. It could, feeling insecure about how you look, for some people can hold them back from engaging in social activities, hold them back from meeting people, hold them back from dating, just always worrying that they don't look good enough, that they're not good enough, can hold someone back from being social. And that can be, that's not good in any for dating, and also just like, for healthy mental health. That's not good in general for good health. It also, negative body image can affect your mood. And so it can make you feel frustrated, make you feel angry, even depression, insecurity, jealousy, like if you're dating somebody and you think you're not, you have body image insecurity, there's a danger of being, jealousy, thinking that, the other person's always looking for someone better looking, or thinking that that's happening, and that's not a healthy way to be in a relationship. It's not a healthy way to go into a relationship. And, the way that not feeling good about yourself, having that affect your mood in a certain way, also makes you just like not good company, makes you not a good partner. So it's unhealthy for relationships. So those are, things to just be aware of. And it really, understanding that this happens and that everybody struggles. Well, okay, I shouldn't say everybody, but most people struggle in some way, can be a little bit validating, and also reassuring that, like, what, no matter what people look like, they're, people can, because like I said, it doesn't have to do with how you look. So the good news is that that's something that can be worked on, and that's something that we can hopefully improve. So at the very least, just not let it hold us back. So I think that, I will talk about a few things that can help, but I think that the main thing to do is, when you think about your body, think about, take care of your body. Actually, that's the first thing, is to take care of your body. Take care of your body, keep it healthy, because focusing just on appearance is a small part of what your body is. I'm not going to say it's not important, because like I said, it is important, but it's important to also, not let it drag you down. So focusing on health, do things that make you feel good. Take care of your body. Do things that make you feel good about yourself, that make you feel good about your body. And what happens then is that just like you develop an appreciation for your body, and then you want to take care of it, and then you feel good about it. And it just becomes like a cycle of feeling good. And, one of the best ways to do this, I think, is exercise. Exercise, and I'm not talking about exercise so that you make your body look better. I'm talking about exercise because here are the ways that I think exercise can really help with body image. Because first of all, yes, exercising does make you feel good. And even for people who hate exercising, most of them will say that after they're done, they feel really good. And, and for people who hate exercise, there are so many different ways to exercise, and it doesn't have to be something that you hate and that you feel obligated to do. It can be something that you enjoy. So think about exercise as a way to treat yourself and to treat your body, and then you will want to do it, or you will feel better about doing it, and you will feel good, hopefully, while you're doing it and also after. And then when you're feeling good about your body, you want to take good care of your body, and then you will, sometimes what happens with people is that they just naturally becomes natural for them to, develop good, healthy lifestyle habits that help them feel good. Also, when you're exercising, you are, you're toning your body, which you will see. I think that exercise is one of those things where you see results the fastest, and it feels good to know that you can do that. But the main thing about exercise is that it helps you see your body beyond just what it looks like. It helps you feel good about your body. Look what your body can do. Your body can do whatever it is that you choose to do. You like to swim. Your body can help you stay afloat above water. Your body can help you move through water. And I think that's one of those, I think that that's a really good place to start. Also, like thinking about the things that you're grateful to your body for. And it can be something little, like just that you walked and also exercise can be something little. You can take a walk around the block and count it as exercise if it's something that makes you feel good, that you're moving and taking care of yourself. And also like little things that you can feel grateful for, like, well, look at that. My body helped me get around the block. You develop an appreciation for your body and you feel good about it. And it's not only about how it looks, and it becomes easier to sort of integrate all of that. Do things that feel good for you. Pamper your body. Go get a manicure. Go get a massage. Do things, treat your body and treat your body well. And that will also help with the body image, difficulties if you're having anything, because you're saying, no, my body is important. Regardless of what it looks like, we're not talking about that. Learn about how, stay away from media. I want to say social media, but it's really all media. I mean, we see it on TV, we see it in magazines, we see it all over. Most of what you see is not real. It's, I don't know. It's just, there are some people who are exceptionally, I don't want to say, I don't feel like if I say exceptionally beautiful, then I'm like falling into the trap. So there are people who are like, supermodels, and some people, everybody's different, and everybody has the things about them that are special in different ways. And we can't all look alike. And the majority of the people are just regular people. So whatever you're seeing, on social media and in other media are most of the time, worked on, 3 hours of hair and makeup, or, just, digitally altered, or even just maybe AI, whatever it is. Just know that that's not necessarily something that's real, and it's also not something that's realistic for most people. So being realistic is important. Self-compassion, we can feel so much compassion for other people. I think so many of us, it's so easy to help other people when they're feeling bad and help them feel good and help them feel supported. And I find that we don't do that enough for ourselves. So try doing that if you're feeling bad. What would you tell your friend? What if your friend said, like, oh, I hate my nose. I don't know. Let's pick something neutral. I hate my nose. It's horrible. It's ugly. I can't go out in public. Well, what would you say to your friend? So if you're feeling like that, try, saying things like that to yourself. And, and it might feel weird, and it might not feel genuine or real, but with practice, it becomes more, ingrained and easier to believe. Acceptance. I think that's probably another really big one. There's certain things that are realistic and certain things that are not. And things that are realistic for other people, for someone else may not be realistic for me. And I have to make my peace with that and be happy that, I have to learn to be okay with what I have. And you know what? I'm not even saying to love what you have, because for some, if somebody has really poor body image, that might be like a really big stretch. So I'm saying just be okay with it to start. And doing those other things can, I think taking care of our bodies can really help with that too. And do whatever you can to make yourself feel good. Everybody can dress well. Everybody can get their, do their hair in a way that looks good. Everybody can find like the shade of lipstick that looks good on them. Accessories. First of all, be comfortable. And I know I say this all the time when I talk about body image. Wear clothes that fit. We're not things that are not made for your body. Wear clothes that are flattering to your body, because that's just going to make you feel good. I think that, and I also think that it kind of goes together. When you feel like you look good, then you feel good about yourself. When you feel good about yourself, you feel like you want to take care of yourself. All of that kind of goes together, and it really does help. And it's little things, like it doesn't have to be a big gesture, and it doesn't have to be a big thing. And it doesn't have to be all at once. It can be little things. And over time, it kind of builds up and it becomes easier. Like I said, taking care of your body, like get a massage, get a manicure, treat your body well, and do the things that you can that make you feel like that make you feel like you like how you look. People get their colors done. And I think not only I don't know a whole lot about that, but what I know about feeling good about ourselves, and also I happen to really love color, and what I find for myself is that not only are certain colors flattering for different skin tones and for different people, the way it looks, but I also think that when we're wearing things that flatter us, I think that we just feel comfortable. I will share that there are days when I change I'm going to say change my outfit, because I do this in the morning sometimes if I have time. It's terrible if I have to get somewhere early, but There are times where I'll get dressed and like, no, this isn't working for me for no reason. It's an outfit that looked fabulous and made me feel great a week before, but that day it's just not working for me. And you know what? I don't know. Is that weird? I don't know. For me, it makes sense. So I'm just going to share that because it might be helpful to someone else. Find the thing that feels good. Find the thing that makes you feel good. And I think that that really can help a lot. And it might not be the thing that you felt good in a different time. So you know what, we all change all the time, and our moods change. And so if this, and the last thing I want to say on this is that if if it's a real problem for you, if you find that the things that people are saying, or you find that it's causing you so much anxiety, or the thing that people are saying are making you really feel bad, if you're having a really hard time coping, if you find that it's leading to unhealthy coping behaviors, like disordered eating, or even avoiding, social activities, or, whatever, if you find that it's taking up so much space for you in your head and in your life, then it might be a good idea to work with somebody who can help you with that. And that's a perfectly okay option. Knowing when you need help with something it's a great strength. So I hope that this was helpful. What I want to leave with is, dating is a vulnerable, I don't know, what is it? An activity, situation, and body image, I think for a lot of people is really also very vulnerable. And the two of them together can really create a lot of tension and a lot of anxiety and the potential for a lot of bad feelings. So here are the things, what I talked about are the things like that to be aware of, and the things that we can try that will hopefully help and add up. And again, if it's taking up too much space, there's professional help. And, and so this is the last thing that I will say. It's never going to be perfect. Even the people with the healthiest, most positive body image, I think have bad days, days where like just nothing feels good. You look in the mirror and everything feels terrible. And it's also connected with our moods, so doing what we can to take care of our moods can also go a long way in supporting healthy body image. So, don't try to get it right and perfect every single time, and know that there's a lot of wiggle room, and that we're all just human and nobody is perfect. We're not perfect in how we deal with things, and nobody looks perfect. So I hope that this was helpful, and thank you.